I'm all alone.
Oh.
There's Jordan here beside me.
Hey.
My troubles have all gone. There's brisket to deride.
Hey, now we got that.
me.
Oh, it was tasty. But you got to have steak.
Oh, dang it. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. It's just me and Jordan.
Hey,
Yeah, regular morning breeze. We could have stayed home for this.
part
We did
two.
not need to do a full studio show
part 2.
for me and Jordan. We could have just stayed home for the. Nah, man, we appreciate
Get
y'all
out
for
the
tuning
house.
in and showing love as always. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. A lot to get into on today's episode. Short week, Jordan.
Short week.
So Tuesday morning here, and we are 3 days away from a football game.
Yeah.
Before we get a nice little mini bye in there, as we take on the Philadelphia Eagles this coming Friday. Unfortunately, Jordan, the alliance is over. Mm-hmm. And it's not beef.
No, it's
There's
not.
no beef. There is brisket. There is no beef though.
No.
This is
hands.
a gentleman's fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little. Hey,
Oh.
you have a great day out there, buddy.
Success.
Great,
Yes.
have a great
Yeah,
day.
great
Hey,
day.
I'm gonna kick your.
Hopefully
You know what I
we
mean?
win.
It's one of those. It's one of those. Hopefully you lose today.
Thanks for the help.
I
but
hope
we're
to see
gonna
you
win.
die on the field. You
We'll
know what
take
I
it from
mean?
here.
Hope you go out like a real warrior out there. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of
hilarious.
that situation. So we got to take a look at that. I also want to take a look at. Listen, Shay called me out yesterday on the
You and
Chicago
them are
Bears
nuts.
podcast. I love it that people think we don't like each other.
I thought that too. I was like, you guys hate each other.
Me and Shay sit there and crack up in that studio. Honestly. But we think very differently. We think very differently. And where he lives in the world, where a lot of Bears fans, I think, do live, where I'm a realist Bears fan. I live in the world of like, yeah, when it feels right, sometimes you can go with that. And this one actually feels right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where,
Yeah.
Hey, it's better to have loved than lost than to have never loved before. I messed that up,
but I got your
I got a little philosophical on that one.
Going a little back in the day.
So we got to talk about that as well. As always, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. As we are, of course, y'all know we pre-record this. This is from Monday night. We're waiting on the Bulls game. We got a little Monday night football
Monday
game,
night
so we'll be
football.
live.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So we may be depressed on an evening show. Don't worry about
I
that.
don't say that.
What how you feeling, JC? What's going on?
Feeling
with you,
good, man. Hey, I gotta admit that brisket got me going.
Yeah.
Got a little tingly.
You are
did a good
Mr.
job.
Media of this show. What's your evaluation of the brisket?
10
And you
out
had
of
it
10.
cold. It wasn't even warmed
I was
up.
just about to say, if I can eat a brisket cold and it still tastes tender and has the flavor on that skin, oh my God, 10 out of 10. You did your thing. I know at first you thought it wasn't good because you had like the end piece.
I went
saw
for the
in
end piece first. I went for the end piece.
Got into the middle of that boy. It was pretty tender.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So once I heat it up, if I get another piece of that and heat it up,
You're gonna
I
get
think it's
another
going to be
piece.
15. I might.
I
I can't stand up.
I can
That's all
almost
I'm doing.
guarantee
I
you're
won't
gonna
be
get
standing
another
up.
piece.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
is that don't worry about it.
Powers Johnson.
Hey man, let's jump into this because I think this was very interesting. And to set this up, it was not me saying that I think Ben Johnson is the best coach in football. It is me saying there are other coaches I would still take in the league that have proven themselves. I would take a Sean McVay. I would take a Kyle Shanahan. I would
Absolutely.
take an Andy Reid.
Yeah.
It's not me saying that I think there is no greater coach on this planet than Ben Johnson. But where I do feel Ben Johnson is at right now, and maybe I'm too early on this. People say, Pat, it's only 11 games in. How can you say this when he's only got 8 NFL wins? Because you see what this is.
Yes.
And I've said this the entire time. When you have a McVay, when you have a Shanahan, usually you see it pretty quickly. It doesn't take 4 or 5 years. The anomalies are the Dan Campbells that took 3 to 4 years for you to go, that's a pretty good head coach.
Yeah.
Right away, we can see that Ben Johnson is a good head coach. And by the way, it's not a Matt Nagy situation either. It's not he's calling somebody else's offense. He doesn't have the pieces in place. Literally, he doesn't have anybody in place because most of the team is dead.
Dead. Recovering. Jesus.
And we're 8-3.
Yeah.
So my excitement comes from there. It is not me saying that he is the greatest coach of all time, but I did say I feel coming into this week, the Chicago Bears have the coaching advantage. You just watched Dennis Allen call a defense that was, as I said, dead. Mm-hmm. And they found a way to go out there and be not only competitive, but hold the Steelers to 21 points. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a backup quarterback. Mason Rudolph is good enough to put up points versus nobodies. And it felt like you were going into that game with nobodies. On the flip side of that, your offense put up 4 touchdowns. So now I'm sitting here and I'm going, I love this coaching staff that we have, and their floor, their standard for the floor of this team is excellence. Have you met that yet? No, but clearly you see that he's pushing them that way, and they're continuing to move that way every week. So I said on the Chicago Bears podcast, I feel like the Bears come into this week with the coaching advantage. And Shay thought that I was out of my mind. So I want to show y'all this, let y'all get y'all own opinion,
Here we go.
Kind of, the conversation that we had. And you let me know, am I tripping? Or do you feel like the Bears have a little bit of that coaching advantage? Let's jump into it.
To try and win these football games. Ben Johnson's completely different, and it's why I give him a chance. And I'll tell you what, the one thing that I will say, going into Philly, I know that we are the underdog, 7-point dog. We got a better coach. We've got a better coach than Nick Sirianni.
Come on, Pat, don't. This is where you lose me. Nah. Nick Sirianni just won the fucking Super Bowl. Can we fucking stop?
And he was all in, and he was about to get fired right before.
And he won the Super Bowl. Yes, he did. Pat, what are we doing, man? Like, this is the part where people lose me.
You don't even think Nick Sirianni is a good coach.
I don't, but I also think he won the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to sit here and say Ben Johnson is better than Nick Sirianni. That's ridiculous. Ben Johnson has won 8 games. Nick Sirianni has been to 2 Super Bowls and won one of them.
And
this is where we lose out.
And how many times on those runs have you said he won the game to lose the game and the team overcame? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? How many times on those runs have you said he called a game that they should have lost and the team overcame? Is that what Ben Johnson's doing?
I'm not even disagreeing that Ben Johnson's a good coach.
That is my point.
No, but what point? This is the same thing as saying he's the greatest coach in Bears history. Ditka has a Super Bowl ring.
Yes.
Ben Johnson has 8 wins.
Yes.
This is the part that I do start to get a little angry, and this is the whole point I'm trying to make of why I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm not afraid of Green Bay, because I don't want to say these things and then set myself up to a position where they finish the year 10-7 and I have to feel upset about it.
Have you seen Ben Johnson call games to win the Bears games?
Yes, of course. I've also seen Nick Sirianni do it when he had the best defense in football a year ago, and they choke-slammed Patrick Mahomes.
So who did it?
Does he get no credit?
So who did it, though? We know who did it.
Eric, am I nuts? Oh, okay, so Vic Fangio gets all the credit and Nick Sirianni gets none, so that we can now say Ben Johnson's a better coach than Nick Sirianni? What planet am I on? He's been to 2 Super Bowls, and he beat Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, he did.
Ben Johnson has won 8 games.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
And I live in a world where I like my head coach to call games to win the game.
They won the fucking Super Bowl.
I get you. Was it because of Nick Sirianni or was it because of that defense?
This is the most ridiculous conversation I've ever had in my life. Can we just enjoy it?
I love Shay. I know there's so many people sit there and think that we have beef. We do not have beef. Shay is my guy. JC is back here dying. That is the gist of the conversation, right? That is essentially, we go on and we debate on, different coaches. He brings up guys like Matt Nagy. He brings up guys like, why am I blanking on Mike McDaniels down in Miami, yes. And he says, Pat, look at these guys. They were hot in their first year. And he doesn't believe that Ben Johnson's going to fall off. He just believes I'm too early to have this conversation. And here's what I continue to say. 11 games in, I have seen Ben Johnson take what on the field, not calling any players this, not saying this, no personal shots. On the field, you had a team that played like a pile of crap. Mm-hmm. That now, while you did revamp the offensive line, we know it takes more than that, is 8 wins into this season. And I have watched this coach call games to win the game while we've seen the deficiencies. We've seen Nick Sirianni call games to lose games with a Super Bowl caliber team. Not Super Bowl caliber, a Super Bowl championship level team.
Yeah.
And so my point being, and I shouldn't say call games. He's got play callers. He's got all-C. He's got Vic Fangio as a DC. My point in all of this is I would rather have the guy that calls the offensive plays to, and Shea goes on to say he thinks that Ben Johnson is a better play caller than what they have on the offensive side in Philly. But I would rather have the guy who I already know can call the plays and who is checking the boxes actively on the head coaching side of things than the guy who, yes, Sirianni has won a Super Bowl. I think most of us look at this through the lens of, yeah, it's probably because Vic Fangio helped you get there.
There's that.
You know what I mean? I think most of us look at it that
We've
way.
had that experience before.
We lived that.
Yeah.
And that it is more Fangio than it is Sirianni. But Sirianni's a part of that. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not even saying Nick Sirianni's a bad coach. What I'm saying is I feel the Bears have the coaching advantage going into this game. And if you told me for one game I had to pick a head coach to win that game, give me Ben Johnson over Nick Sirianni. Am I too far out over my skis?
Here's where, no, I'm going to say no, you are not. But here's where I agree with Shea.
I'll slide you to 20 later.
Oh, boy. All right. And I'll take the rest of those briskets in that pan.
Oh.
Here's where I agree with Shea. Just factually, yes, Ben Johnson is only 8 wins in his tenure. Yes, he has not won a Super Bowl. He has not even made the playoffs. Nick Sirianni has gone to 2 Super Bowls, has won a Super Bowl, and so you do give him that credit, right? He's been a part of the team that has won the Super Bowl. Here's where I agree with you, and this is where I think you have a credit to Ben Johnson. If you were to switch coaches and put Ben Johnson on the Philadelphia Eagles and Nick Sirianni on the Chicago Bears at the start of this season, Ben Johnson would have these Philadelphia Eagles right where they are right now. I don't believe Nick Sirianni would get 8 wins out of this team. Depleted. The way that they have been bandaged up and banged up on one side of the defense.
You know when you hear something you should have brought up during the debate? That's the one thing I didn't bring up. I should have brought that up.
You switch coaches, then you can sit here and tell me, well, does Nick Sirianni actually have the culture and the ability to change the culture the way that Ben has with this team hurt and with second string and third string defensive players playing in replacement of your star players? He hasn't experienced that with Philadelphia. Philadelphia might have been hurt a few years ago, I think. But it's not to the level of this.
Yeah.
They have a pedigree. They have a certain level that they already had. It's like you can stick any coach in there with Vic Fangio, by the way, calling defense.
Yeah, I was going to say, is Vic still there?
And yeah, with Vic Fangio.
Here's the thing. I think you can stick any coach in there with Vic.
Yes.
I think Matt Nagy could get that team to a Super Bowl.
With Vic. Really, I believe that.
With
Vic.
Vic.
Yes.
Like, and I think that was kind of my point in this. It's not to say that I don't think Nick Sirianni's a good head coach. Some guys just need to lead. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's a good head coach. But if you had to tell me for one game, I would rather have one guy. Mm-hmm. I would rather have the guy that can call plays and out-scheme you and the guy who can go out there and also make the right challenge decisions, right timeout decisions, right situational decisions,
exactly.
Which we have seen Nick Sirianni fail at time and time again in certain moments, and the team has often bailed him out.
Yeah.
My big thing, and this is not, again, it is not a slight. I think Nick Sirianni is more of a Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
I think that Sirianni, it's not bad. I think that Sirianni is the kind of coach that you want to have on the field where you need the right leader. You need the right guy in the building. You need hey, we got to figure out how to make this work. Nick Sirianni right now is winning games while keeping together A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, who clearly don't like each other. Clearly don't like it is impressive.
Crazy.
And I am not taking anything away from Nick Sirianni, but what I am saying is if I had to pick a coach going into this game that I would like, I have the advantage right now in my mind because Ben Johnson is doing this with the dregs on the defensive side. And is that, and again, I think that is also credit Dennis Allen. That is Dennis Allen's world. That's his defense. That's credit Al Harris. That is right. Like it. But if I've got to pick it, would I rather have Vic Fangio with Sirianni? And maybe Vic Fangio means that much. He is that great of a head coach. He's a Hall of Fame defensive coordinator. He will go into the Hall one day. He's amazing. I'll never disparage him here in Chicago at all. But would I rather have Vic, who I know can call the defense, and Sirianni with an offensive play caller who is kind of meh? Or would I rather have Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen, and this coaching staff that the Bears have built here? Call me a homer on that one. Maybe I'm being a homer on that one. I would rather have that. Because here's the situation that I continue to see. And when people go, well, Pat, he hasn't won a playoff game. Yes, he has. He won with the Lions. He was the one that was calling that offense. Well, Dan Quinn's the one that did that. How's it looked? Lions team starting to look real vulnerable without Ben Johnson. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean they're going to fall off. I still think they win the division. I like their schedule for them. But that Lions team looks real vulnerable without Ben Johnson in the building right now. And so for me, like it's all of those things playing out because I'll say this. Didn't we all know Kyle Shanahan was going to be a good head coach when he was an OC? Yeah. The only things that we questioned were how's his decision-making going to be when it matters most? Mm-hmm. It's been fine. Mm-hmm. He has proven to be one of the great guys that has gone out there and has made the right decision more times than not. In fact, we literally blame his quarterbacks at times for their ineptitude in the Super Bowl because we feel that the decisions that Kyle Shanahan has made have been right in certain moments. Yeah. That's the kind of coach that I feel we have here. I'm okay being early to the party. Sometimes I show up and I help put the chairs up. Hey. You know what I mean? What you need? You need me to unfold these chairs? You know, you show up to a black party on time. You putting up some chairs. You got to put some table. I hate that. You got to put in a little. They make you come late. They make you come late. They make black people be late. I hate that. Not doing that no more. I'm showing up late every time. But no, I feel like if you're a Bears fan right now, jump on this bandwagon because it doesn't – I don't see when the games get tougher, I'm going to look at Ben Johnson and go, hate the decision-making you made.
No, not at all. And to your credit, another reason why I don't think that you have gone off the deep end in a sense, when you look at just – let's take this to a broader view of overall sports and coaches that we've known that have been affiliated with or have just been kind of just placed in on a team or an organization that has just been really, really great. You expect them to win. And let's stay here in our own city. Phil Jackson. You give him Michael Jordan. You give him Scottie Pippen. There's greatness. Yeah. You give him Shaq. You give him Kobe. There's greatness. 100%. There's a certain level of expectation that you know they're going to get to. Championships. You put him as the GM of the New York Knicks.
Woo!
Oh, boy. It got bad really, really fast. But my point to that is when you have a coach that can out-manage or out-coach the level of talent on his team. Because for us, Ben Johnson, and dude, I'm not saying that we have like a bunch of bums on our squad.
Now,
but as of right now,
the part he coaches, the offensive side is
yes, very good.
Is talent.
You got some stars on your team. Yes. No, of course. I'm not finna sit here and say that everybody's at second and third string on our squad. What I'm saying is that he's still a head coach over the entire team. And so when you look at one side of the ball again, there's a lot of issues. We talk about the defensive line needing a little bit more when it comes to pressures and sacks. We love the fact that Montez has stepped up, but we still need more from that entire unit. The linebackers are dead. Cornerbacks are finally coming back. We didn't realize.
Lost 5 linebackers.
Yeah, 3 were gone. The starters were gone. Then 2 died in the game.
We literally lost 5
We still found a way to win.
We lost our number 1 DB.
Who's going to be linebacker come Friday?
We lost our number. Hopefully TJ is back. But we lost our number 1 DB. We lost our. We lost our starting right guard. Yeah. We lost a lot during that game versus the winners, right? Remember the winning teams. You haven't beat a team above 500. Kiss my grits.
So that's my overall point is he's working with so many depleted players, so many depleted things going on with the team, and yet he's still finding a way to win. This is not a final project in the least bit. But as you mentioned, you can see, you have the eye test that just shows you, okay, if it's like this now, Wait till we start humming. Wait till next year and the next year after that. Wait till what if they need to start replacing players? What if this is not the finished product of the type of players they want on their team? You keep talking about Dennis Allen doesn't have the type of players on defense yet that possibly he wants on that line. Next year, what if you're drafting even better players for this team? And then the following year after that. So, again, my point is maybe it's a little premature, but I'm ready. I'm here to ride the premature train.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
We got a little premature Johnsolation going on over here. A little premature bingeolation.
I don't want to stand up.
Listen,
That's all I'm saying.
that's because of the brisket. I'll ask you this, and maybe this is a more because listen, I understand that this sounds fanatic. It does, right?
Sure, you can admit that.
I'm saying that Ben Johnson. Now, here's the thing: perfectly logical in my brain. But I am saying that Ben Johnson, to me, is a better head coach going into this game than Nick Sirianni, who has won 2 Super Bowls. I understand that sounds fanatic. It sounds very Homer.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back and let's dial it back maybe bring it back to a world where everyone can live in.
Yeah.
Is Ben Johnson the coach of the year?
Oh, he's on his way.
Can we have the
Who else would be?
conversation and say that Ben Johnson turning around a team that at this point I believe was 4 and what are we? We're 8-3, so we would have been 4-7.
Patriots coach might have something. Vrabel might be his competitor.
Mike Vrabel definitely in that conversation as well.
Yeah, because they're 10.
But you've got those 2 teams at the top of the division right now, and I'll say this. Vrabel being a head coach before this is my thing. Vrabel being a head coach, Josh McDaniels being on his 4th time developing a quarterback in this sense, right? You did it with Mac Jones. You did it with Tom Brady his 2nd year. Although me and Drew had that debate. You did it with Jimmy Garoppolo, and now you're doing it with Drake May. Right. This is his 4th time developing. He's done this before. This is Ben Johnson's first time developing Caleb Williams or developing a young quarterback in this manner. Yeah. And you feel really good about how the process is going. Is it taking time? 100%. But you feel really good about how this process is going. And so to me, I feel like newer head coach, newer guy who's developing a quarterback from scratch for the first time. Because Jared Goff played in a NFL style or a pro style offense in college. Went to a Super Bowl with the Rams.
McVay, yeah.
So knew how to call an offense. So you had to teach Caleb more. I think advantage Ben Johnson there. Do you feel like Ben Johnson is coach of the year? Front runner right now.
I'm there with him. I believe because of record, and I think the way that a lot of people have talked about how consistent Drake May has been over Caleb Williams with the ebbs and flows of this season, I'll give a slight edge to Vrabel. But right behind him is Ben Johnson, and I believe
who right now, according to this, is the favorite.
Who, Vrabel?
Right now, according to this came out on November 18th, which was 4 days ago. Okay. Mike Vrabel right now is the betting odds favorite to win Coach of the Year.
What are they showing? They got a top 3 or 5 or something? What are they?
He is. I'm trying to see if we do have Vrabel took over. Yeah, favorites to win NFL Coach of the Year. Vrabel, Shane Steichen at 175 is also in that conversation. At plus 175 is also in that conversation as well,
all right.
Which is kind of surprising there. I'm trying to see. I'll see if I can find the full-on odds. But go ahead.
Okay, but no, Ben Johnson has to be in that conversation. I mean, nobody, and I do mean nobody, thought that the Bears would be this competitive within their own division, let alone being probably one of the top teams record-wise in the NFC, period. And so with all the pundits sitting here and saying that they'll probably need a year because Ben Johnson's new and Caleb, he didn't look good last year. He's not living up to the hype of a number 1 pick, and Jaden beat him out and this and that. And first of all, saying that the schedule was going to be hard at the beginning of the season. Now we're starting to see that statement change. We're starting to see that narrative change in a sense. And so for me, I think now with the momentum that they've been winning off of all these different games, the last 7 out of 8, yes, I think Ben's right up there with those guys.
Bro, this is tough. I'm not going to lie to you. And I think this may be the closest Coach of the Year we've seen.
For a while, yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I can't even remember when this closed.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel is your favorite right now with minus 250.
Okay.
Shane Steichen is in second. He's plus 450. Ben Johnson is in third, plus 850. Right now, Mike Vrabel has his team as the best team in the AFC, I believe.
10-2.
Are they 10-2?
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah.
So right now, 10-2. The New England Patriots are 10-2. Shane Steichen has the Indianapolis Colts. By the way, all three teams sucked last year. So New England Patriots 10-2. Indianapolis Colts 8-3. Chicago Bears 8-3.
Yeah.
And maybe what I will say is this. He may be the coach of the year in our hearts.
Ooh.
I can't say either Vrabel or Steichen came into the season with the talent the Bears have. I can't in good faith say.
Daniel Jones is surprising me.
Would I say that Ben Johnson is a better coach than both of them? I would be willing to go there. I do feel like that, personally. But has he done more with less? I can't say that. Drake May is literally I don't think they have a wide receiver on that team that's worth the paper that money is printed on.
They got Diggs, right?
Yeah, I said what I said.
Yeah, he busy out here becoming dads.
Only thing Stephon Diggs is worth in the NFL at this point is semen for Cardi B.
Oh, baby. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
What a hole.
Right. That actually is spot on. I think that you are right. I think that, let's just say this. It depends on how the end of the season goes. If the Bears beat Philly, I'm sorry. That could be a
change. It would change.
Needle in the right direction.
If you beat the Super Bowl champion, I think that it would change. And we do got to talk about that as well. We got a few minutes here left in the show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. The show and love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I think that it would change in a big way if you beat Philly.
Yeah.
That being said, and by the way, I said all this when I said I think that Ben Johnson has the coaching advantage. I think that this Bears team has the coaching advantage going into this game, knowing what Sirianni is, knowing what the Eagles have as far as coaching staff. The Eagles also have really good players on the field. I don't expect the Bears to win this game. If I'm giving you my gut feeling, my heart feeling is different. I think the Bears can win every game this season. If I'm giving you my gut feeling,
get that gut out of here.
I think that it is large. It's because of the brisket. Tap into the brisket. If I'm giving you my gut feeling, though, I truly look at this game and I say, I think that it can be close.
Yeah.
But I don't think that this is a game where close favors the Bears.
It can be competitive. I think if they actually find a way to make it manageable, make it a fun, competitive game, then there will be a lot of shocked people. You know, if it could be like down to the wire again, where instead of winning, they lose off of a bait field goal from the Eagles or something to win the game, I'd be like, oh wow, yeah, I feel like maybe they've arrived a little bit. But if it's a blowout, yeah. But overall, no. Like I said, I do think that if you win this game, there's going to be a lot said about Ben Johnson kind of rising in those ranks. And I think one of the factors that you have to keep in mind when you talk about those three teams that I was going to mention, the Colts, the Patriots and the Bears, is that all three have really good offensive lines.
Yes.
I think that's also the caveat in that.
Yes.
Really good protection. That matters.
Yes.
That goes a long
way. For the love of God.
From 1 year to the next.
Offensive lines are important.
Yes. Jesus.
Protecting the quarterback.
Yes.
It's important. Yes. I'm almost ready. I am almost ready. I'm not there yet. You get the left tackle, I'm there. I'm almost ready to take the video.
Ozzie showed me something.
Hey, Ozzie did. Ozzie played pretty well. Could there be some protection on that left side? Ozzie was pretty good.
I didn't hear his name.
Ozzie was pretty good. Did you call it Trapillo? I didn't call it Trapillo. Hey, I was asleep on that Trapillo. But that was cheesy. Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is. But no, like to me, I think that as you head into this Philly game here and when you have coach of the year conversation, like I don't think the Bears have an advantage, but I do think the Bears have an opportunity to be in every game because of the coaches you have.
Yes.
I do think that the Bears have an opportunity to be in every game because of the situation that you've created here on this team. Now, do I think that you can go out there and slow down Saquon Barkley? No, I think he's going to run for 200 yards. Do I think, though, that Ben Johnson – listen, like if we previewing this game, it's about to get ugly, bro.
We need Monangai.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, it's not going to be pretty. Like,
Jesus.
we don't have a line that can stop these guys.
No.
We just don't. And they still host one of the better offensive lines in football. Yeah. But do I think that we have an offensive line that can put us in a position to compete and we have an offense that can go out there and score points? Yes, I do. And I think that that's the biggest difference maker from last year to this year. And I'll say this, from a few weeks ago to now.
Yeah.
My confidence is through the roof because of Ben Johnson and the boys up front. Caleb Williams, you may need to show up and find a way to be that guy that day. Yeah. You found a way to do it last week when everybody said, well, he's playing a real team now. He's not going to be able to do it versus this defense. Look at those DBs. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. 3 touchdowns. Yeah.
That's what I hear when old people talk. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I hear old players or old, like I'm talking about old, like whenever it's somebody, like when I hear, listen, I know he like supported us, but when I hear Terry Bradshaw talk on the media,
oh my goodness,
it's like completely irrational behavior from the. It's just jowls. That's all I hear now. Like it's so old, bro.
That's hilarious.
It's so old.
That's hilarious.
Go to bed. You need a nap.
It's past your time.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, when I get to the point where I'm telling a story that goes nowhere.
You just rambling?
Bro, just smother me with a pillow. Just smother me with a pillow. By then, I'm using my real name probably. Oh, back in my day. Players. These ballers, I don't know about these ballers. I remember real ballers. Let me tell you about Caleb Williams, 2025. Yeah.
Oh, we got to go to break. Somebody get him a pill.
What's the pill for? Are you putting me down? Is that a little assisted?
It's time.
Get him out
there.
Assistant doing right? I'm not going to say the real word. I'll take you out of this. Little assistant doing right?
Oh,
like,
my God.
Somebody give him a pill. Jesus Christ, JC.
He's done.
Hey, man, I'll be honest with you. Going into this game, I am excited. I think
excited.
The Bears
I think it'll be fun.
have an opportunity to make some things happen here. But we already know this is going to be a tough matchup. But Ben Johnson ain't shied away from none of them. So let us know how you guys feel in the comments below on everything that we talked about today, man. We hope that you guys have enjoyed the show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, for Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. He's been eyeballing that brisket for 20 minutes now.
Yeah, all right.
All righty, boy. You got to watch this guy.
It's
It's your boy, Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. I thought the microwave was white.
I did too. That's why I said I didn't even realize there was a microwave. I'm like,
I knew it was in here, but I definitely thought it was white.
I did too.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Hey, better.
The heat's all the same for me. Oh, boy, I can't wait.
We still talking. Oh, God. JC.